All right. I have my Sinnoh lineup today. All right. Sinnoh region lineup. Starting with the Pokemon that I don't carry on my team. They're just in the reserves, right? They're in storage. I'll keep these ones in storage and like pull them out as, I need to. I'll go, and switch them out with, somebody on my main team if needed. But these are the Pokemon I plan to catch, right? If I'm in Sinnoh, right? Torterra. See, Torterra was one of those ones as a starter. Well, you get Tortwig, you get any of those, right? But, say I'm in the Pokemon universe and I have, the chance to get one, I'm taking one. But I don't think I'll have him on the team. I might have to switch him out with who's on the team. I don't think he's a weak Pokemon. He's actually pretty powerful from what I saw when I was looking at it in the Pokemon Go. Um, like his overall, combative power is pretty high. So another one that I have in storage is Staraptor. He's a normal flying type Pokemon. He is the flyer, I think. I think, I don't know if he can like fly me different places if I'm playing the game, right? And I have Staraptor. I'm not sure if he can fly me, but if he can, that's cool. I got Bibarel. That is a beaver type Pokemon, or he's a beaver looking type Pokemon, and he's a normal water, type Pokemon actually. I got Rampardos, who's a rock type Pokemon. I'm bringing him on the team. He's a big dinosaur with a hard head. Boom. So he's kind of tough. And then I have another, dinosaur looking Pokemon called Bastiodon, a rock steel type Pokemon. Almost like a Triceratops, but like more kind of like, not a rhino, but he has a square face. And like his whole face is like metal, with like rocks also sticking out of his body a little bit. Next, I got Floatzel. Floatzel, I think he was on Ash's team, when I was watching it. I like the way he moves. He's quick. And, I usually don't like water type Pokemon, but I'll keep him on my team. Then I got Lopunny. Ooh, Lopunny is a normal type Pokemon that looks like a bunny rabbit. But if you fuck with her, you're going to get the fucking hands from me and all my other Pokemon, too. You get the hands from me and all the other Pokemon I have in my group. Garchomp is a dragon ground type Pokemon that I don't have in reserve. I actually have Hippowdon in reserve, and he's a ground type. Forget what I said about Garchomp, all right? I was actually saying, because Gibble is one of those, Pokemon that, and he could be annoying. So if I got Gibble, right, if I picked him up when he was at that stage, I'll try to evolve him very quickly, so I can get him to like his, true potential. But Hippowdon is not making the, team. Then I have Carnivine. He's a grass type Pokemon. He didn't quite make the team of 6, but he's in reserve. Weavile, dark ice type. He's in storage. I wanted to keep him on the team, but I forgot about somebody who's, pretty known. And he's in game. but we'll talk about him in a minute. Electivire is an electric type Pokemon, and he's basically the evolved form of Electabuzz. Magmortar, the fire type Pokemon, in reserve. Leafeon in reserve, and Glaceon in reserve. Gliscor, the ground flying type Pokemon. He looks like a bat. I got him in reserve. Mamoswine, ice ground type in reserve, and then Gallade, the psychic fighting type Pokemon in reserve. Now I got my squad, or not my squad, but my group of 6, my team. So who's on my team? I got Infernape. I'm picking him up from the jump. He's my starter. I pick him up as a baby Chimchar, and then he, evolves into, Infernape because I'm like that as a Pokemon master. Then I pick up Empoleon somewhere along the way. I like the way that he's water and steel type dual. I thought he was actually an ice type. And so I looked it up on, Pokemon Go. And this whole time I thought he was ice type Pokemon. But no matter what, I still got him on the team. I'll switch him out with Torterra every once in a while. They'll switch out. But I also got Luxray on the team. Luxray is an electric type Pokemon. He's a lion. He's pretty, powerful. Then Garchomp. If I pick him up as Gibble, like I said, I'm going to make sure I evolve him quickly to, Garchomp as soon as possible. He's the dragon ground type. He's definitely worth having on the team. Then I got Lucario. Yes, that's the Pokemon I was talking about. That was in Super Smash Bros. I remember playing him in that game. I remember, wanting to pick him up in the Sinnoh games, Diamond Pearl. But yeah, I'm picking him up for sure. And the last Pokemon I got on my team is Rhyperior, the ground rock type Pokemon. He's really big and tough. So, I like that for my Pokemon to be big, tough, durable, able to take attacks and dish them out. And this team can do that. We beaten the Elite Four with this team. Like I said, the team is Rhyperior, Lucario, Garchomp, Luxray, Empoleon, and Infernape. And then all those other Pokemon I listed off in reserve. And that's my Sinnoh lineup for you guys. Be cool, call on the corner, and in 3 weeks I'll get you my Unova lineup. And that'll be my last lineups because I have no idea about those Generation 6 to, whatever we're at now with Pokemon, like 9 or 10. But be cool, call on the corner. Let me know what you think about my lineup.